to the Backlog Burrow, where I dig through my unplayed, or much loved and sadly neglected, games for general entertainment after a miserable day at the human coded day job, or just a tough symptom day, or just 'cause I feel like it. I'm CB, and yesterday was a total bust due to pain and exhaustion from the aforementioned human coded day job. At least I have an upcoming week off. And the time off did afford me the opportunity to watch the Montreal Canadiens Tampa Bay Lightning Game 6 for round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Fine, we lost, but we lost by a single goal, eventually scored 15 minutes into overtime, and the game had everything. Tactical brilliance, moments of sheer dumb luck, two goalies who were absolute beasts, and at least one punch-up in front of the Montreal goal line. Look, I can be a nerd about a lot of things. Anyway, today's D&D session got cancelled on account of one of the California contingent needing to take a meeting, so I figured I'd at least go on with some Pillars of Eternity. Just be warned, I may be up and down a little bit because I am boiling a chicken carcass for stock, and it needs a stir now and then. Actually, probably only has another hour or so to go, but it does need several hours of simmering to pull maximum gelatin out of the chicken bones, because our aim is the chicken jelly. Like I said, I can be a nerd about a lot of things. Anyway, Pillars of Eternity. My watcher, Miche, rogue, wood elf in this universe, nicer than she wants everyone to know about, and more than a little mouthy. I like her. I finished up last time having finally arrived in Defiance Bay after wandering around points surrounding, which, well, I was probably under-leveled for some of it. So many drakes. So many drakes. I also added a lovely dwarf and her pet Arctic fox to the party. I do like Sagani, and Ichimak is adorable. And got something other than cryptic grumbling out of Durance for a change. So now, Defiance Bay, where I'm supposed to be looking for help for this awakened condition, and also information about Adair's brother, and some other stuff that I know will come up more or less now-ish, particularly with regards to Aloth, and I'm looking forward to that, so off we go. Sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. Chugga chugga Defiance Bay, huzzah! If I recall correctly, this is one of those situations where I definitely have to make sure to get everything done before Defiance Bay burns down around my ears. You think I'm kidding. I don't remember that much about the specifics, but I remember that. But I can wander around getting... I believe there's a reputation thing as regards the various factions in Defiance Bay. But, I don't think Miche's going to care all that much about that. Although, from what I remember of the Deadfire, she probably should care more than she's going to. But, there's that whole potentially going crazy and locking herself in her own basement thing. Which, feels like her primary issue in general. Okay.
Sure. You're from Gilded Vale? Then you're close to home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Surely you'll go back when this is all over.
Dunno. Guess that all depends.
Yeah, Sagani, we found him, like, quite literally, waiting to be hanged, whatever. Okay. Scrivener's Dormitory, Limdala's house, Goose and Fox. Let's find out what's going on at the inn. There's always something at the inn. I mean, we should probably aim for first fires because they were talking about Wodica and... or... I don't know. At this point, I'm just here to hit things. The vulture.
Good day, stranger.
Hi, Leo. Here for a drink? Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Bareth. Now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. Warhammer, huh? What more is there to tell? How'd you go from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you'd think. It started with Hollowborn. And with this. He takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Wide One's legacy. He was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, more parents were grieving for their hollow-born children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your faith? He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Bareth promises rebirth. Cycles. But the only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they'd left days before and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. I've cleaned up since then. Not that I've found my answers. He tosses the cup back. I just stopped asking questions. Ah, jeez, man. This is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Deerwooden independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levy. He wanted a place where kith of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing their new country. He rested his elbows on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with dock workers from the Gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Deerwoodens have never been known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from the tiny cup. I imagine things got interesting. Soon, kith were coming in from the farms and settlements, too. He waves at the door, as if expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular with the Valian sailors than the salty mass. And that was the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane, and when he disappeared a few days later, some say it was the work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hands over the bar as he surveys the room. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. He asked me, he skipped town, hid out somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He racks a wry grin, if he could only see it now. Order some refreshments. Is there anything of interest that I particularly need? Puppy. Mercenary. That miserable bastard, huh? A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. You look like you could use another drink. I'll get there. She takes a long drink from her glass, just trying to calm down and trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish? She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At last, Cainra looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone. There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Pernisk. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Okay, tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the Gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise. Svef changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought he'd... She trails off, feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. Yeah, but Svef makes people calm and listless. It shouldn't make them violent. Kane shrugs. I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he's always been this way. Yeah, maybe I could go talk to him. Her hand rests on the table, and she clenches it into a white-knuckled fist. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand, and a ring clatters onto the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I lose my temper, and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. She points to her bruise. I wouldn't normally hand this off to a stranger, but people say you've got a good heart. If you give this back to him, he'll know we're done. I'll take this ring to Pernisk, then. She looks at you and nods. The house is just north of here. Just please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience. Okay, so that's, there's fishiness going on around here. Let's also check into the rest of the place. A dwarf and an Orlin debate philosophy on the other side of the curtain. Interesting. Anything else of interest in the back rooms? Clearly not allowed in that room. I could rob the place, but I won't. See what or who, if anything, is upstairs. This Stelgar's pelt is thick with dust and moths. The plaque below the beast reads, Maiden Falls 2682. Okay. Hello. We are inspecting taverns for missions. Who are these people? Darren is busy filing a spur off of a small rounded bullet. Okay, great.
Why not? There! Done!
Nope. The pages of these old books are crisp and fragrant with the salt of a sea breeze. Interesting. Some people who must almost certainly be dealing with a quest later, but for now, we're just going to deal with the lady whose husband is behaving entirely wrong for the kind of drugs he's supposedly on. Check the map. Yeah. Pernsix house, okay. Okay, not that one, but this one. What do we have here? Ugh. Mercenary. Addict. 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 Feel free to make yourself comfortable. Top floor is off limits, huh?
Good day to you.
The man before you flashes you a toothy and rather unpleasant grin. Well now, new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this, he gestures to the room round you, is my humble abode and place of business. And I do hope you're here to do some business. He glances at the nearby guard. Seems like a lot of guards for one man. You must be popular. Pernisk raises a brow. Sure, right. Very perceptive. This business attracts some less pleasant types. Sometimes the clientele get a little pushy, and every so often someone even turns out to be snooping into things they shouldn't, and lessons have to be taught. His face shivers with a quick, unreadable emotion. I'm sure you're too smart to get wrapped up in all that, of course. I keep it simple. If you have the coin, I have the svef. You're free to make use of the premises as long as you don't do anything stupid and you don't get to tangling with the other customers. Now, Pernisk claps his hands together. What can I get you? Kaner asked me to give you this. Pernisk takes the ring and turns it around in his fingers. Nice. What's this for? You don't recognize the wedding band you gave Kainra? Pernisk laughs. Oh yeah, I see now. She's making a statement, is she? Good riddance to her then. Sorry I ever spent the coin to begin with. Now is that all? Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to someone. Maybe she's just not worth remembering, eh? Pernisk snorts. While you're playing lapdog for her and all, why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear of here? She seems to care for you. Why are you doing this? Plenty of stars in the sky. Tell her to go set up in the salty mast if she's feeling lonely. Pernisk shrugs. Me and her are done. How do you live with yourself? She was asking for it, Pernisk asked. Sort of like you, right now. Maybe you ought to quit digging around in affairs that don't concern you. Me, I got business to get back to. He points. Doors that way. Something's not right here, and I don't plan on leaving until I find out what's going on. Pernisk's eyes narrow. Then you won't be leaving at all, friend. I was tired of wearing this face anyhow. Yeah, I thought this was the situation where, no, he's not. That's not the same man. Guards to me.
Arthek Worth and Roth! Let's burn!
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh no, I can't get to him.
Let's go.
That's safe enough. No, I actually can't get anywhere because Adair's got me stuck. Okay, fine.
Let's go.
Ready, Watcher. After him, each of them.
Okay, no place safe for each mark to go. Nope, okay, fine.
Hey. You're not getting through me.
Okay, no.
Leave it to me.
And now maybe move out of the way. Thank you.
Yes? Your tail ends here!
And we'll step in that direction. Stop! Nyrid staggers back, holding a bloody hand in front of him. I give up! Just leave and I'll go peacefully, alright? Too late. Bye, dude.
I'm here. Got an arrow for the.
I shall deal with you.
Okay, he's actually not going anywhere, so we'll leave for never now. Okay, you're stuck until we can get out of this fucking doorway.
I'll let Margaret...
Duh.
I'm here.
Let's get you out of the doorway.
Got an arrow for this one.
Hi, Matt.
Eh? Let's go.
Hi? I shall deal with this one.
Ah, nope, can't get close.
Hey. Barathus!
Okay. Gonna have to go back to the selling of the things. Now here's a time to find out what's upstairs. Someone has peeled the labels from these bottles. They're stuffed with a dark, gunky pulp that gives off a pungent odor.
This won't stop me for long. There! Done!
Any clues in here? This book of Valian love sonnets has a dedication on the first page to my beloved Cainra. And there's this Fef, I guess. What's this? The pots are crusted shut with some unidentifiable gunk. Charming. And I'm going to find out what the fuck is going on.
These ones are in.
What?
You can't actually move anywhere.
There's a lesson to be taught.
Okay, now you can move.
Eh? Let's go!
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this.
Hey. Leave it to me.
Yes?
If you stand over there.
For to call.
How may I help? These ones are in.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Okay. Bye-bye, mercenaries. Now what the fuck is going on? Scale armor, copper, gems. It appears as though someone rummaged through this uneven row of books in a hurry. Okay. These jars are chipped and cracked as if knocked to the ground and set back in place. Nothing of particular interest in the bookshelf. Where to next? Potion of Iron Skin. Knights of the Crucible. Anything of interest over here? No. Not that I can find.
Let's see what lies this way.
Oh, Scroll of Paralysis. Neat. Okay, cool. Cool. A man lies bound and bloodied on the floor before you. His face is a tapestry of bruises, and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, no more. I can't take any more. I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at you. You're not? Oh, praise Barath. You're not one of his men, are you? He glances nervously behind you. He shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Then who was that downstairs? An imposter, some wizard named Nyrid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me, and now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Svef inside my own house. This would be a lot easier if you weren't trying to hide something. Pernisk looks away, unable to meet your gaze. I may have hung on to a tiny portion of my supplier share, but I needed that money. What exactly happened? He sent over the wizard Nyrid, the man downstairs. Pernisk shudders. To make up the lost copper, I guess, and to hurt me while he was at it. It feels like it's been days. He's already taken care of. Pernisk stares at you. I can't believe this nightmare's finally over. He grins weakly, then seems to remember something. You've no idea what you've done for me, but... He looks up at you and then away again. I need to find my love, Kainra. Only, after whatever Nyrid put her through, I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she's known. And please, don't tell her about this, Vef. About what I do. I could make it worth your while. A discount, maybe? Perhaps... Well, Kainra sent me here in the first place. She did? Pernisk smiles brightly. That woman helped save my life without realizing it. Please, bring her home and tell her that everything is back to normal. Yeah, I'll go talk to her. Someone has gathered sheets and towels into a makeshift bed. The rumpled fabric is stiff with blood and unwashed sweat. One side of the overturned vase is splotched with crimson. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, no, this place is the whole house. The inn is close to the same size, actually. I think they're built on fairly similar lines as well. A couple of crude beds have been improvised from an assortment of tattered blankets and pillows. Dribbles of some dark liquid stain the fabric. Charming! Well, it was effectively an opium den.
Happens at Mudhole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. Nope. You had it right.
Matt Mercer trolling Matt Mercer. I'm always here for it. Of course, it's always funny when Alof's awoken former life is having conversations with Adair, because then it's Matt Mercer talking to Matt Mercer with a different Matt Mercer telling both the Matt Mercer that he also is and Matt Mercer to shut the fuck up. Starts getting complicated after a while. Kainra looks up as you approach. What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring? Pernisk was being impersonated by a powerful wizard. However, the real Pernisk also deals Svef. She blinks at you, stunned. I had no idea. Pernisk, he... She brings her fist down on the table, sloshing her drink. Damn it, how can I trust him after something like this? That he's lied to me for this long. She runs her hand through her hair and takes a deep breath. I should just be glad I found out about this before the wedding. Right now, he needs help and forgiveness. Yeah, kinda does. I'm pretty sure that with the right, I'm pretty sure after this he probably doesn't want to deal Svef anymore anyway. You think I could help him turn around? Hadn't thought of it that way. She sighs. You really do see the best in everyone. I appreciate what you've done for us, and I'm certain Pernisk feels the same way. You're always welcome to come see us if you need anything. Oh, and take this. She unclasped something from her neck. Picked it up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm on my decision. I'll be fine without it now. Oh. Taxes collected. Lost 125 copper to bandits. Earned 329 copper. Well, that could be worse. Okay, I think that's everything in this here old inn. Oh, Adair wants to talk to me.
The dozens.
He shakes his head with a bitter
Pretty
smile.
sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Assumed there'd be less of them.
Why do they call themselves the Dozens? Those 12 dear wooden stood outside Halget Citadel waiting for Widewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. I know what the Godhammer is thinking. What do you have against the Dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks, anyway. The Dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Vale, but they be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Mogren, too, especially when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set him on fire any time they used her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. There must be plenty of other groups that are better reflections of the figures that inspired them. Yeah. Sure, I just can't think of any off the top of my head. I shouldn't say that. There's a group of Asians, the night market. They still do right by their god. Helped get a lot of people to safety during the purges. They're easy to forget about, though, because they have to work in secret. You can thank people like the Dozens for that, too. Let's see what he has to say about the Godhammer, fuck it. That's what they called the bomb they blew up Widewind with. Don't know much about it other than that. I think kills a living god. Guess you gotta name it. Ah. Oh, right.
Sagani, does your fox bite?
Yes,
Can I pet him anyway?
it's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
And now we have Matt Mercer channeling clarity. Does he bite? Yes. I'm gonna pet him anyway. Alter Arch in the woods. Explore the endless paths. Spend time traveling with Durance. Travel with Adair to the records archive. Temple of Wotica. I have no idea where the fuck the Temple of Wotica is. But never mind. I'll find it. I'm sure I'll find it.
Would you look at this?
Ooh, hello, shiny. Oaken scarab figurine. I can summon wood beetles? Okay. Yeah, okay. I know there's something to do with them, but I don't remember what it is, so I'll just leave that alone. Wait. Nope, just says commoner. Commoner, justiciar, blah 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 blah. Scrivener's Dormitory, Hall of Revealed Mysteries? Someone actually stole something from the hall? How'd they manage to do that? Whale only knows. Grimda's looking for someone to blame, though, so stay clear of her for the next few days. I mean, yeah, but she has rats for that. She likes rats so much better for eating people.
I could while away hours in here. If we had the time, of course. Do we?
Hail, traveler.
The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. This is a temple. It looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Deerwood. Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon those shelves? That didn't really answer my question. She sighs and rolls her eyes. Yes, it is a library of sorts. Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Anything else? Who's Grimda? Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Tell me about yourself. She throws her shoulders back. I am a scrivener and a devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. Farewell. Priests of Whale. Scriveners. More scriveners. Keep searching. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek. This must be Grimda.
Hail and well met.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. She sizes you up, stroking her chin. Could you now? She scowls at the robed priests again. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intended to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 visions. Her wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse on the road to Deerford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do to them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. An ancient scroll of Whale. There's a a worthy task. Questions about missing scroll. Tell me what you know about the thieves. Very little, except they were foolish enough to believe they could steal from the God of Secrets. That and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. How should I handle them? However you can. Kill them, rob them, leave them. It makes no difference to me. She waves a hand and smiles grimly. I'll consider it one of Whale's mysteries. Do I actually have anything that improves perception? Mine is pretty good, but apparently isn't. Intellect, resolve. Major endurance, wizard's double, paralysis. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, movement rate bonus. What the hell are my stats anyway? Ah, here we go. Perception. I'm one short. Well, see if I manage to improve anything. Anything of particular interest? No? Yeah, I'm not going to steal from these yahoos. Maybe I don't want to do that. Yet, anyway. I have a feeling that it's probably going to be a different undertaking than we think it is.
I've never been to Nasitak. Is it very cold? What creatures wander the tundra? How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some parchment for notes.
Ask whatever you want. If I don't know, I'll make something up.
Good grief. Okay, looking for Temple of Wotica. Brackenbury, Temple of Wotica. Wanderer's Gift, Valian Embassy, Ducal Palace, Heritage Hill. Meh.
This would be the temple Merwald spoke of, or what remains of it.
Praise to the
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail. Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
Who are you?
Lord Ardwellen Rugford III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
It's truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Wodica's house of worship. I was told I'd find the Temple of Wodica here. And so
you did. These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
Tell me where I'd find an entrance to these catacombs.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
You know that you're a ghost, right?
I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
I'm serious. Just look at yourself.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
What are you doing?
Worshipping Wodica, the exiled queen and oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
Bye. Sagani draws up next to you. You alright? Looked almost like you'd lost your footing for a minute. Feels that way when I see into the ether. She watches you quietly. You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually, such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see, but looking at you, I'm not so sure. Neither am I. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked to travel far in search of something great, but even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. I can't say I've met a real watcher before. Ah, don't worry about her. She just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer her up, so I just let her. Once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Every time she goes a little strange in the face, I try and see if I can hear anything. Kana grins. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get her to tell you what the spirit said. Okay. Back to Copper Lane. Let's get this done. I know I have more wandering to do. Lots more wandering to do. Another 15-minute chugga chugga.
A day.
Oop. The one that blew up, my god.
I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
The elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I. Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. What? Oh, by the flame. For just a moment, I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the Northwatch Rangers, trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends, has been especially vivid. Tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepen. That was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solus Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled toward the Valian republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat, not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out. And when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. Who is Rowena? My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We'd planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her. A voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somewhere down there, beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. He sniffs and wipes his eyes. You truly are a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her. Well, I'm going down there anyway. Ah. As you approach the dead man, you can feel the faint traces of his soul lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near, without warning, the soul hurries towards you, as though you were a solitary light in the dank gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You're in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, traveling in the same direction. You don't know its name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. You snap out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the dank and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded.
I'm on the trail.
Stealth time. Door?
Let's go!
How may I help? I shall deal with this one.
What?
You can't actually.
Yeah? Let's go!
Nope, too far. Damn. Hey,
Ready, Watcher.
and you can't move there. Great. Not enough movement.
Hey.
Fine. Yeah, well, I just turned him into Slorp. Okay.
Following your lead. Brave Dalfilathilim. For Takoa!
Yeah, I think I
I'm
was
on the trail.
most definitely underleveled for some of what I was doing because I am quite clearly overleveled for this. Which, given that I'm still actually kind of wrecked, is just how I like it. There's a lot of catacombs. That's going to be a lot of exploration. Hello. Oh, fuck's
Let's
sake.
go!
These ones are in for a walloping!
Oh, Christ's sake. That's a troll.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Eh?
Can't quite, but...
Let's go!
Okay.
Ready, Watcher. After him, eat him up.
Hey.
Following your lead. Let's end this! Brave Dalfilathilim.
Let's go!
I shall deal with this one.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Let's go!
Ready, Watcher.
Nope.
After him, Ichimok.
Ah, damn.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, good. I have so much troll skin. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all the troll skin. Making sure there aren't any secret doors. Not that I can find with my current perception level. Hello. Anything of interest? No.
Would you look at this?
Ooh. Rugged wilderness hat. I'll have to look at that and see if it would suit anybody later. Probably Kana. More lockpicks. I mean, that's fair. I do like the two pistols. I think you can still do that in Deadfire, but I'm happy enough with this just because it's easier on me. Fine mail armor. This good for anybody in specific? I'll take the movement rate bonus. No, actually, his is still better. There you go, for when they geek the mage. Sure, I'll find somebody who could... Actually, what's this? Of intellect 2, of resolve 1. Immune boost, huh? What do you got, Sagani? Nothing, huh? We'll fix that. There we go. Anything of interest down this side?
Let's go!
Besides
Dead on!
ooze?
Keeping an eye out.
Not that I can see. Okay, we'll keep exploring this side and see where we go.
Let's go! Dead on!
How may I help? These ones are in for a walloping!
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Viscous, foul-smelling sludge ebbs in the trench. Glorious.
Let's go! Dead on!
Yes? Let's have it out!
That's it! What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Eh? Let's go!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Okay.
And what does the flame reveal?
Hello. Sneaky, sneaky.
Let's go!
Yes? I shall deal with this one.
Let's burn this away!
Move you in a outward direction. I don't want everybody to be...
Let's go!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Ah. That didn't do very well. Go get him, Ichimak.
Leave it to me! I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
Let's go!
These ones are in for a walloping!
There's a lesson to be taught.
Yeah? Let's go!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Yes? Brave Dalfilathilim. For Takala!
Hey.
Yeah!
Was that guiding bolt, sir?
Let's have it out!
Probably similar.
Ready, Watcher.
After him, Ichimak! Yeah? Let's go! Ah, got him!
Okay.
I shall be quiet as a
Why
calm sea.
were you all
Which is
running around
not
down
very
here? You little skeletal assholes. What is this?
Would you look at this?
Moving carefully. Might be more traps.
Would you look at this?
A lone figure in tattered robe shuffles across the chamber, muttering under its breath. As you approach, the figure halts and swivels its head towards you. Its haggard visage is a labyrinth of wrinkles and sores overgrown by a moss-like beard. "What's this? Who disturbs Helig's work?" Its voice rattles and gurgles like that of a drowning man. "You're Helig. Dalton sent me to look for Rowena." He leans back and bursts into raucous laughter. His threadbare robes drift apart, revealing an amulet, and a ragged wound running from chest to throat. It spatters a black, viscous fluid on the floor with every cackle. "That old fool is still alive? I do hope he still doesn't bear a grudge for that incident. It was so very long ago." "You might want to get that looked at." "What, this?" He points a gnarled thumb at the wound. "A long story. I was one of the first animancers in the Deerwood. Practiced necromancy, too, which is what put Dalton and his Northwatch Rangers on my trail." He cackles, making a wet, burbling sound. He believes Rowena's here. He seems to restrain another bout of chuckling. "Oh, you could say that. If you were to retrieve my grimoire from Moedred, I'll let you in on the secret." "What if I just beat the secret out of you?" He smirks. "You could try, but you'll just end up dead." "Fuck it, I'll find Rowena without him. I'm not dealing with that bullshit."
Let's have it out! What? I'll let Margaret...
Eh? Let's go!
Ready, Watcher.
After him, eat him up.
Hey.
Yoink!
Verathis!
Okay, let's search the place. Soul Ward amulet, huh? A soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged Stelgar. It's filled with a fierce, restless energy. Who are you? You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rowena. The vision shifts to a windswept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rowena falls among them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixed on Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from round her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final, contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. "He sent me to find you." The soul pulses with warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images away until all you can feel are cold crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off of you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering and the soul inside rising and dissipating among the stars. Well, I'll go back to him and see what we can do. Dust and cobwebs have been swept aside for various alchemical implements. Though coated with rust and grit, they look recently used. Charming! A grim assortment of rusty blades adorns this table. Tarnished locket. The scattered feverish notes detail various animantic procedures and rites of necromancy.
Slow and silent.
you look at this?
If I remember right, I did the traps. So we cool. Yeah, let's all stick together so I can see whether or not it's a trap. Oh. But there's still that whole other side to investigate. So let's investigate.
Let's go! Settle!
How may I help? I shall be.
I have so many black ooze bits. I perhaps should consider selling the black ooze bits. Morning Star. This small Orland man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry-looking little camp. The thick fur on his limbs is matted, and his clothing smeared with blackening grime. He looks startled as you enter, his eyes widening in alarm.
Welcome.
After a moment, however, he smiles weakly. Hello there. Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. He glances around the dim room. What are you doing down here? Aorn grimaces. I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much. Not until you, anyway. Really? Because the catacombs seem more like the place to go when you want to disappear. Aorn looks around the dingy chamber and nods slowly, expression pained. Yeah, I guess that's plain enough to see. Aorn sighs heavily. Very well, it's true. I've been hiding from the knights down here. But it isn't what you'd think. He ducks his head. It was an accident. It's been hard for me here in Defiance Bay. I suppose I thought if I got involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it would get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself, a place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, of all the things to fight over. But this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he had a little too much at the inn. Aorn pauses, and I guess he didn't like an Orland talking back at him. I struck him. He came towards me, and I hit him, and he went over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on the way down. Aorn lowers his gaze and shrugs helplessly. Turns out he was a knight. The Crucible Knight won't care how it happened. They just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope. Please. He looks at you with a pleading expression. I just want to get out of this city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again, I swear. I'll live quietly, but please, you can't tell them I'm here. Fuck it, get him out. Aorn stares at you in disbelief. But this is... His face twists as he struggles for words. They said you were a kind soul, but I wouldn't have imagined. This'll see me out of the city and well away. I'm not sure I could ever thank you enough, but here, take this. I hope it's some use to you on your journey. You have my lasting gratitude, friend. I should get ready. Like I say, nicer than she wants to let on. The wobbly little tent is barely standing. Poor little schmuck.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
I don't generally think I'm a one for dealing with the Crucible Knights. Good grief, what the hell is going on in here?
This won't stop me for long. There, done. Let's go.
Can't get a good shot with this.
I shall deal with this one. That's it!
Let's burn this away!
Ah, yes, there are more of them.
Ready, Watcher.
Great, wonderful.
Sure. Let's go.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Can you get to him, Itamak? Yes, you can! Wait, whoa, what in the ever-loving fuck? That...
And what does the flame
That was...
reveal?
That's a very big mushroom. Of a kind that I don't really want to deal with. But I'm probably going to have to if I want to explore.
Let's go.
Aye? These ones are in for a walloping! That's it!
Okay,
My eyes are peeled.
back to the sneaking. Anything else of interest? I mean, if little Orlin dude had actually raided the place. Ooh. Armor upgrade. Okay. Right. Give me 2 minutes, because I have to go and stir my stock. I will be right back, and then we will deal with a gigantic mushroom thing, apparently. Okay, that should only need another combat round or so's worth of simmering before I can drain it. Okay, I've been through all there. So I'm after the chicken jelly. That is the consistency you're supposed to get when it cools.
Let's go!
Aye? Let's have it out!
Let's go!
I'm here.
After him, eat him up.
Okay,
My eyes are peeled.
mushroom. Okay, so maybe more than one combat round, because that was a short combat round.
Let's go!
Aye? Let's have it out!
Let's go!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
No. And there's a troll. Great, okay. And a sporling. Shit. Oh, that's a lot of mushroom.
Following your lead.
Of course.
Wait, no.
Leave it to me!
Yes? Grave Dalfilathilim. Let's end this!
What? There's a lesson to be taught.
How may I help?
You know, now feels like a time for a really good fireball.
Aztec
Got an arrow for this one.
Christ, so there's more fucking sporlings?
I shall deal with this one.
Ah! Hey! More trolls? What the fuck? Where did you all come from? He is not the tank!
Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
Let's go! Ha! Got him!
Ready, Watcher.
After him, eat him up.
Hey. Leave it to me!
Oh no, no, no! Okay, Durance. Time for you to start breaking out some spells too.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Save poor Itumak.
Lava beyond seek!
Okay.
Your tail ends here!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one again, I think, because
Varu beyond seek.
I don't want Ichumak to keep being, like, about to die.
Yes?
These ones are in for a walloping!
Let's go! Ah, got him.
Okay!
Nice and quiet.
That was a little more than I had actually counted on. I didn't know there was quite that much mushroom down here. Anything of interest? Nope. Hello. Apart from, like, a terrible lot of bones.
Would you look at this?
Oh, there's something interesting. Ah, oh, bit of opal. That's nice. Okay, I think I've run through just about everything there. Actually, no, not quite. There's still that upper corner I haven't examined for loose change and slime. Loose change or slime? No loose change or slime. Fast mode. Watch as they new. And now I'm going to
I'm on
take
the
a
trail.
quick minute and drain my stock because it's smelling about ready and I probably don't want to over boil it. Then I'm gonna have to find some place to put my the detritus when it cools, because when you boil a carcass for chicken stock, there's a whole lot of very, very boiled detritus at the bottom of your pot afterwards. So I shouldn't be too long, couple of minutes. Just talk amongst yourselves, I guess. I'm back second. I have achieved chicken stock. I have also achieved a viewer selling bot. Sir, ma'am, or other, I invite you to get fucked. Okay. No more fast mode. And down. Further into the catacombs we go. Seeking answers. Oh! In front of you looms the ghostly hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my dear?
His words are an echo in your mind from a long time past. I'm sure that should be P-A-S-T, but never mind. And you know your response before you speak it, as if it had always been. Yes, I was born there.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
I have gods who've been good to me and I wish to repay them, I guess.
They will smile upon your service as long as it is performed in earnest. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. I don't have any other choice at this point. Okay, that got
Slow and silent.
wonky. Exploration time.
Would you look at this?
Oh, hello. Secret door. Oh, shit. Okay. And trap.
There, done.
Ooh, shiny. You think you hear the faint sound of whispering coming from the skulls, but the words are unintelligible. Charming! Yeah, no, I'm not getting any closer to that wall. Thank you. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Bye. The mercenary eyes you warily as you approach, his weapon readied. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of that masked lot. Relax. How would I know to be here if I didn't belong? He thinks carefully, then nods. All right, then. Go in and report to the Acolyte, and she'll give you your assignment. They should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. Know anything about this place? Shakes his head. As far as we can tell, we're under first fire. It's probably under that ruined temple. Yeah, I'm not going to ask any more questions because I don't want anybody to get suspicious. Mercenary, mercenary, mercenary. So, this is all made of mercenary. Fantastic. Am I going to have to kill my way out of here? Probably. Oh, Aloth falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering. What?
Back, ye Claude! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted!
Probably not, but that's no reason to be rude. Kana glances over at Aloth and frowns. Aloth, are you unwell? He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing. I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best place to linger, anyhow. Isilmir! That was her name! You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway. You open the door and stride into the chamber. The woman's eyes narrow behind her mask as she takes notice of your uncovered face. Interloper! Oh, shit. Oh, well. It was a good try.
I shall deal with this.
What?
Okay, we'll move you.
There's a lesson to be.
Let's go!
I'm here.
Okay. How far can you move?
After him, eat him up.
I probably could have listened to a password or something. Yoink. No, apparently can't do that. So fine.
Yes? Let's end this!
Ah, we have a monk.
Move!
Aye?
What the ever-loving fuck? Okay, I'm seriously straight up just gonna chuck a fireball at these assholes.
Ah, thank
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Eh? Let's go!
Aye? These ones are in for a walloping!
Yeah, we still have another couple of, Shame I can't hit you, but fine.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Can't move!
What? Let's burn this.
Eh? Let's
How may I help?
Let's have.
Hey,
Bye!
Ready, Watcher.
Who?
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this.
Forticon!
Crumpled at your feet lies the body of a woman. She wears a dark robe that bears an insignia resembling a key. As you approach the woman's body, feelings of rage assault you. The dead woman's voice howls in your ears, and her lingering consciousness rends at yours. Her essence tingles through your bones and membranes. It fills the spaces between your ears and behind your eyes, clawing deeper into your core. You see a gathering of men and women wearing robes like hers, their faces hidden behind masks. One by one they approach her, whom they know as an acolyte, and she places her hands on each of their foreheads, searching their thoughts. She tests them with ritualistic questions, and they answer that their oath is sealed by the leaden key. She asks them of their tasks. She gives them new ones, all without a word. Her essence flares, fighting to boil your blood, burn your memory, and splinter your bones from within. Yet between its strikes, you see flashes of something else: a tower, a prisoner, and a ruin. You funnel all of your concentration into a single effort of will, a sharp point that pins the raging soul in place like an insect in a display case. With the thing under control, you're able to examine it and the three thoughts swirling inside. Prisoner, 'cause, like, person. In your mind, you see a building, magnificent with trellises and tiles, and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. Yet it also houses misery and sadness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. Okay, I thought about the tower. You see a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Somewhere nearby you see a woman with a scar over her heart. You understand that she has something he needs. You also see a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper. But then the acolyte reveals the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. You know how to open the door. Look into the ruins. The acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay and to a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads Deerford. Several figures huddle together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. Oop. Celebrant storage added this. Oh, I don't have any companions at the stronghold, because I don't have any.
Slow and silent.
Sure.
Oh, I guess I don't have to go through there and kill everything that gets in my way. I mean, I could anyway. That might be fun. But I'm not going to. I'm tired. My swinging arm is tired. The steward of Cadnua has received a letter for you. Ah, and there's the ghost again.
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself.
Okay.
About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
Yeah, tell me now. He clasps his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolved the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Okay, tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get his gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Bereth spared me that much. But her coarse manners, intolerable Heidelspeak, suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge. Yeah, I tend to keep the volume down kind of low, but I can crank it up if that's helpful. It's just trying to balance between, because there's not, as far as I'm aware, there's not any difference between music volume and the speech volume, but I'll check that when this is done. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge a situation, she just acts. Sounds like you could take a few cues from her. Cues on vulgarisms! He rolls his eyes and crosses his arms over his chest. I've had to live with that hayseed for years. There's nothing to be learned from her. Nothing civilized, anyway. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Let's get going. With Embassy, Heritage Hill, Copper Lane, Brackenbury, Temple of Woodica, Andra's Gift. So I kind of want to go back to the... I want to go back to Cadnua. Because if there's a letter... Ah.
Walls need some work before this place is secure. My husband could fix them right up.
A call to court. Okay, I don't even remember what this is about. I have a message from the Ducal Palace. Greetings, milady. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warren of Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet with him at your earliest convenience in the Ducal Palace. Your claim on Cadnua has been called into question by the Gathbin family. Earl Badamar has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gathbin must be present. Tell me about this Lord Gathbin. An old Adiran lineage, I believe. He looks around the Great Hall. The former lord of this stronghold, a distant relative of Lord Gathbin, allied himself with the losing side during the War of Defiance. And who's Chancellor Warren? He's an arbiter of legal matters for Earl Batamar of the Grasp. I'll go meet him then. The Chancellor will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace in First Fires. Okay, I mean, we're all here. You're all here at the Stronghold. I don't know why you think we're not. But fine, never mind. Oh, good grief, I've been at this for like 2 hours.
I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
That's us, you silly tit. Okay. How is the Bailey coming anyway? I guess it'll probably be done next in-game day. That's fine. Right, good, okay. Let's have a quick look at my inventory. I think I've got more or less all of those, maybe? And I gotta talk to that dude in Copper Keep, don't I? Nope. Up there. Wrong Matt Mercer. Okay, and now we've got the spells from those, and can sell them whenever we feel like it. What does Nyrid have? Nothing of particular interest, or that I don't already have. That's fine. Fine greatsword, fine scepter. Shield, stiletto. Probably want to keep a great sword out. Because I'm going to run into a Palagina at some point, and she might well want one. Or need one, or both. Righty. Bailey construction completed, like I said. Okay, so... And then we can't because... That'll do. Perception bonus is nice. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna do is find poor dude by the catacombs, which I think I'm going the wrong way for. Yes, I very much am. Park my button in inn and then call it a night because I've been at this for a couple of hours now and I am tired. Catacombs, he was up there, wasn't he? And we're over here. Okay. Up and over we go. A young boy watches the passers-by and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. "Hey, miss, want to know a secret?" He wipes his nose with a sleeve. "I know a real good secret." "Looks like we got a little hustler here. Someone raised this kid right." "Hey, what is it?" He shrugs and clasps his hands behind his back, kicking a loose pebble. "I just saw folks hiding some really neat things. I could show you where, but Mom and Dad told me not to talk to strangers. But maybe we could help with something. Then we wouldn't be strangers. I think I know what he's talking about. I've actually found them already. Sorry, dude. No can do. I'm not gonna get..." Okay, moving swiftly on. Seriously, I just wanna turn in my quest. Sell the various bits of junk I have collected in the course of my quest. Find an inn and call it a night.
Gods keep you.
We'll show him the amulet. Yes, but not as you expected. The old man studies the amulet. "Rowena used to wear this. Where did you get it?" "From your old adversary, Helig. He trapped her soul inside it." Dalton cradles the amulet in both hands, gazing into it with wonder and bewilderment. "She's here. Back with me at last." He holds it to his cheek as if hoping to hear her voice or feel her caress. Perhaps her presence, even like this, will bring me peace. This isn't what you want to hear, but releasing her soul back into the cycle would be best for both of you. "Destroy it?" He clutches at the amulet. "But to have her back after so long, I couldn't bear to lose her again. Having her near me would be enough." "Enough for you, but what about her? If you keep her trapped in this amulet for the sake of your own comfort, you're no better than the wizard who imprisoned her." Dalton's expression withers. "You're right. Please, let me do it." He draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. "Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps you'll wait for me in the next life." He looks at his hands, shaking. "By the flames, you won't have to wait long." "Please, take this." He hands you the club. "It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's time I finally let them go." The thing I have to do is sell my gear. Now that's the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. I think Ducal Palace is elsewhere. The kid wants a dagger? Forgot about that. Local lad missing? That should be interesting.
Greetings.
Where's? I should check that club first. I don't actually think I need that one. So hang on to it because I think I've got okay, so nope. Stop right clicking, thank you. Oh, I'd actually upgraded. That is a lot of fucking traps. Okay, I probably need everything else for... I should do. No. Okay, we'll hang on to those for the time being. Right in. Ugh. No, no. The inn is... Yeah, I've definitely had enough because I entirely missed the inn. This is what happens when one has the brain fog. One gets a little ridiculous. Before I do that, let's have a look at my... So I need to find the Lytton Key. Several leads about the activities in the region. As I recall, we have to go to the place of misery and madness because that's where that's where Aloth wanted us to go about Isilmir. The tower, if I recall correctly, was in another Defiance Bay area, which is creepy as fuck. The ruins I don't remember off the top of my head. But, again, that's, yeah, expert on awakenings, ultra arch, endless paths, more frickin' endurance. Call to court, I'll see him in court tomorrow. Need to find this scroll. Mysterious seal, blah 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 blah. More pieces of ancient sword.
Good day, stranger.
All of which I can do. Let's see. 1 perception, 1 resolve. Sounds good to me. This is why you should stay in an inn when you got the money. And that is about the end of things, I think, for me. Because still absolutely wrecked. And all I did was boiled chicken bones, and yet... But, you know, at least there was some fun, and proceeding through main quest. At one point, I really am going to have to figure out what the hell balance one can actually provide in sounds. Let's see. Difficulty, auto pause, graphics, sound. Music volume. No, music volume is still down, so maybe I can keep the desktop audio and the various output captures at a little higher. And not worry about being completely drowned out. Not that the music's not nice. Of course, the funny thing is that back in the early days of Critical Role, the early campaign 1, they were actually using the music for this as their background music, which, looking back on it now, is actually kind of hilarious because I keep hearing some of the background music and going, wait a minute, no, that's what they were doing in Chill Period's the Vox Machina thing. But anyway, so yeah, we've figured out a little bit more about this awakened nonsense, and half of this I don't even remember. I have snippets in my brain, but it was a very long time since the last time I played it. But given that I'm mostly rambling, thus still exhausted, that's enough for the time being. Sunday's my bigger Sunday D&D group's mayhem. They're trying to navigate a city of evil kobolds, as opposed to the nice kobolds they had potluck with last session. And I have to go out at some point tomorrow for, like, cheese and things. I have dinner plans. Some of them actually to do with the chicken stock I just boiled. But if you're back on Monday, there'll probably be more Pillars of Eternity, because I have Mondays off in general and all of next week off, so I don't have to worry about getting to bed on time. But, of course, there is Monday's Demo Dive, which will feature Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery, a cat-themed mystery puzzle game by Nobody Crown. It's published by DevCats, if not developed by them, and DevCats is definitely a name I trust. Either way, fun will happen if you don't mind that I might squee or grumble about Sunday's Game 7, and I hope to see you there. Until then, or until next, have a good one.